YouTube, how you guys doing? And guys, today we'll be reacting to Steve Jodo. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's also a big content creator as well, and he is speaking up for Sparking Zero as well. He was trying to figure out what is next for Sparking Zero, and we're gonna react to his video and see what his thoughts is. Once again, I'm sharing my opinions. I might pause the video. I don't know what I'm about to do, but without further ado, let's get into it.
What comes after all of this? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has put himself in a pretty weird situation with the last DLC finally coming out, the Daima DLC Pack 2, having two standalone characters with SSJ4 Adult Daima Goku and SSJ3 Adult Daima Vegeta being standalone characters that don't actually transform into the rest of their forms, and that was probably a pretty sour note to end the Sparking Zero DLC on, because people were really hoping that they would update DBZ, Goku, and Vegeta to just have these new transformations, since, you know, it's literally just their DBZ variants but of extra forms. But that didn't happen, and now Sparking Zero is in a weird place because that was the final DLC announced for the game, until obviously we get the reveals at Dragon Ball Battle Hour, but that happens next year, and by next year I mean several months after the year starts, so we have a very, very long time until we get any more updates for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. However, because of the situation the game is in right now, releasing standalone characters, I think we could still actually get DLC on some more of the characters that haven't been added to the game so far. Hello everyone, it's me again, Steve Doji here, back to more Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and I didn't say that at the beginning of the video, so I'm saying that now. But one thing I want to say is that Sparking Zero is feeling pretty brave right now. They actually are at the standalone character. Now, before, people were mocking Xenoverse 2, going, oh, Sparking Zero at least doesn't just release one character DLCs. Well, guess what? You thought Shallot was just the tip of the storm, but nope, they can also do it to Daima Goku and Daima Vegeta. Two characters who also transform just like Shallot, but they're not released in transformable states. They're just released in one form, which is obviously very upsetting because this game marketed itself as the giant roster Dragon Ball game with lots of transformations available. Since for the longest time we were getting Dragon Ball games where characters just don't transform. Xenoverse, Fighters, you know, the etc., right? We had very few rare instances of characters transforming in both games, like them adding a base Gogeta several years after the game came out that turns into just Super Saiyan 1 but not Super Saiyan Blue for some reason. And then Fighters also has characters like Frizz.y can go golden, but that's literally the bare minimum, because they also released GT Goku only goes Super Saiyan 4 for his ultimate attack, and then that's it. Sparking Zero was supposed to be a breath of fresh air with characters, obviously, you know, going into all of their available forms, because we haven't had that in so long in a Dragon Ball game. And then they come out and just bravely go, here's base Shallot, here's just SSJ4 Goku, here's just SSJ3 Vegeta. It's kind of upsetting because these characters used to be able to transform in all of these older games, especially when they were newly released too, but it's whatever, man. It makes me kind of feel like if DBS Broly released today, or if DBZ Broly came out today, they would only be in their legendary forms and they wouldn't actually make the base forms. Because think about it, they straight up skipped SSJ3 Daima Goku. Like, you could say, oh, well, they'd have to come up with a moveset for him and everything. Well, I mean, you would just give him GT Goku's moves? That's it. Like, you could just give him GT Goku's moves and then maybe change like the Dragon Fist, like melee super into like an energy. You literally could have just done like the bare minimum, but they didn't even do that. They skipped it. So now that the game is feeling brave enough to just be exactly like Xenoverse 2, where they will release standalone characters, we actually do have a good shot of getting more free DLC.
Hey, my thing with this is about the transformation thing is that I think that, me personally, he's role playing. I think that I kind of disagree with him a little bit, but I feel like what they should have did with the two adults, like Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta adult, Super Saiyan 4, Goku adult, Daima, I think they should have made a costume the same way they made for Goku Daima Mini. They should have gave them the same costume, the costume they wore in the show, and if you pick Goku and a Z, you could transform into Super Saiyan 4 with the gi. Like, you need the Daima gi for you to transform Super Saiyan 4. I feel like they should have added that for Goku and a Z, and then same for Vegeta. I feel like they should have done that for Vegeta and a Z, adding his costume from Daima, and then picking that for order for you to go Super Saiyan 3.
Characters or just patch update characters. Again, if they can release Shallot standalone, and I want to remind you guys, the Shallot DLC is very cheap. If you just get Shallot standalone, it's very cheap, and I think that's what they're probably going to do with DLC until they, you know, get more DLC packs out for us to buy in bulk so they can make a larger sum of.
See, the thing with that though, with the packs and all that, the thing with that is, like, come on, like, just make a, first we gotta make a GT pack, you gotta make an OG Dragon Ball pack, you gotta make a movie pack, because we are missing characters. We are still missing a ton of characters, a handful of characters, and yeah, we gotta make some packs. None of that singles. We don't need the single stuff right now. We need packs because we're still missing shit. We're missing hella maps. Make a map pack, make a GT pack, make a movie pack, and make a OG Dragon Ball pack. You need those four. And I'm probably missing something else. Oh yeah, super pack, because you're missing hella characters from Super. Determined power. Oh yeah, they all got screen time. They all have hands. They all got abilities. They all got fighting styles. So yeah, they need a pack as well.
money. Because remember, people have been complaining that Super 17 is not in the game for the longest time, and now that we know that they're going to release standalone characters that don't transform for low prices, there's an absurdly high chance to get all the characters that we were saying.
See, that's Cap. That is Cap. I'm kind of disagreeing with him right now. He's not on a roll. I thought he was gonna have some good takes, but he's not on a roll right now. I think Super 17. I think he's not gonna be in this game. I don't know why. I don't see him anymore. Like after all these DLCs and all this just content, just shitty ass content we've been getting, I don't see him coming in the game. I don't. Now I'm the one that really wants him to come in the game. I always wanted him to because, like I said, he was a very good character in BT3 and BT2. He was a very good character, and he was unique, different, and he had a very OP ability. But yeah, I don't see him coming in. Nor do I see Pycon coming in. So I don't see those two coming in. I don't. But
hey, this guy should be in the game, but like actually in the game this time, like against Supreme Kai, Super 17, Arale, a bunch of OG Dragon Ball characters. There's a really good shot that any of these characters can now be added as just extra things to buy in Sparking Zero. And obviously, as upsetting as that is going to be for a lot of people, I think that's just the most realistic way for a company to, one, make money, and to, two, cut costs. And we know Bandai Namco loves cutting costs and cutting corners when it comes to doing stuff.
And love getting money.
This isn't like out of the ordinary at all.
Scam the shit out of it.
Genuinely, though, the most Sparking Zero could do to save itself is not just adding one character DLCs every now and then for a low price. It would actually be some sort of big, major gameplay change. I'm not talking about like a patch note that just balances characters or anything. I mean something that's actually just new for the fans to like just enjoy and play. And I'm not gonna say anything too crazy. I'm not gonna put down any wild suggestions I think could be way too far outside of Bandai Namco's scope. But maybe just something that's more generally team orientated, or just, you know, involves more players like playing together in a certain way. I don't know, maybe they could be, but yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, the tried and true suggestion. I think the Dragon Ball Fighters raid bosses are probably some of the easiest things they could do to implement in the Dragon Ball game that people would enjoy. Literally just let like a team of people pick their characters and then fight an enemy that's like super hyper strong, and then let people be able to swap characters, and when they swap characters, it swaps to the other player who selected that character. I think that's something most people can agree with, that would be just a nice fun thing to do. This isn't even about like, you know, free idiots, like, you know, potential content. This is just about what would be fun for players to actually hop onto a game and just do, whether they're playing with their friends or they're just playing with randoms, something that's not gonna like, you know, make people annoyed, and just actually give them something new to do in general. I think that'd be cool. Like the Legendary Warrior face-off thing, I think that should have really been like a multiplayer event. That shouldn't be like a single player only thing. It really should have been a multiplayer.
And I definitely agree with him. Finally, a good take. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think the Legendary face-off should have been a 2-player, 3-player, 4-player, whatever. How much players you want to be in the game. I think it should have been a co-op game. And especially with rewards. I mean, dude, the rewards for Sparking Zero is weak. It is so weak. Like, no one wants a title. Not even Tyler would want a title. Like, no one wants a title. When we want rewards, we want something, like something good. Something that's gonna make us happy and use for a hot minute. Like, a title is like, a title sucks, bro. Like, oh, you got you got the Whis title. Like, yeah, I got the Whis. Like, no one gonna, like, I mean, the online players are not gonna give a fuck. Like, if I'm going against somebody that has like a Whis title or some shit, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm not gonna care. Why would I care? I'm just gonna whoop your ass. I don't care. Good job, you beat a CPU. You think I'm just gonna, you know? So like, no one cares about having a title. What people care about is like, say that you did beat Whis in the Legendary face-off, and you got like Super 17 or El Shenron or Shenron or Nova Shenron. Then like, oh, this nigga just beat Whis. Oh shit. Okay. He whatever. And then on top of that, the raid is really hard, so he beat them. So now you know that he worked his ass off to get that character, and it's something rewarding. And I'm saying, like, something like that, something where people's like, oh shit, he's legit, you know, like those type of rewards. Give us something like that, you know.
I think that would have made it like way more enjoyable, and I think most people would agree with that, especially. Additionally, obviously, the Tenkaichi free modes that everyone has been talking about that should come back, such as Mission 100, the Android 18 dating sim, you know, survival mode, all of these things.
What the fuck is he talking about? Dating sim? Ain't no damn dating sim in BT3. He talking about Xenoverse too, but I know what he meant. But I don't know why he said it like that. But yeah, I strongly agree on that one too as well. And I think as a community as a whole, I think we should have been speaking about that. I'm why we never asked about that. That was kind of, I didn't see that one channel or anybody even say anything about the BT3 game modes. We always worry about the characters and how the graphics look. We never asked about the game modes, and I think we should have did that. We definitely should have asked them more about that. But let's gotta keep going.
Should come back. It is really weird how Dragon Ball Sparking Zero doesn't have a mode where you can just fight a bunch of the game's cast in one giant like gauntlet with your favorite character. I think that is pretty weird. It's like this is a game that has, it doesn't have as many capsules as Tenkaichi 3, but it's weird how this game does have capsules, and they don't want you to use the capsules in anything other than, I guess, just like bot matches, because no one plays PvP with capsules on anymore, because obviously everyone is scared of getting cheesed out by someone else with, you know, a ridiculous set of capsules. But it's just so weird how, I don't know, like, bro, could you imagine how good survival mode would be in this? And it would have way more options too, because in Tenkaichi 3 we had, you could fight the OG Dragon Ball cast and the Penguin Village cast in like a survival mode. You could fight all of the Freezer Force, or you could fight just the cast of the game in general, right? And Sparkings would have more options, because you would be able to fight like the DBZ cast, the DBS cast, movie characters, heroes or villains exclusively. You could just have survival mode based on all of these giant themes, you know, Super Saiyans only, androids only, all of these other like things, you know. I think that would be really, really cool if they did that. But I guess I guess just having 1v1 modes is enough for us, right? Just 1v1s and team battles that pretty much no one does anymore, because everyone's
100% agree. It's not enough. It's not enough. I'm telling you, man. For online, offline, we gotta add more game modes. Just funny. And I think the thing with them, I think they're like scared. Like they gotta be scared. They gotta be scared. Like they have all the tools. They have the tools, mechanics, and everything for it. They have the past files or other, like they have the blueprint. They did everything right in the past. All you have to do is take certain things from the past and bring it here, mix it up and change it, and just create it modern, make it modern time. And the game would be absolutely amazing. But like I said, I think they're scared. It has to be. That's the only solution I can think of, is that they're scared. They're scared to be creative. And it's killing the game. It's killing it.
Again, scared of being cheesed by a ridiculous team setup. Also, man, the tournament mode in this game, now that I think about the other game modes, the tournament mode in this game is pretty lackluster compared to the other games. It's so weird too, because you can customize tournaments in this game, and I still haven't seen like anything done of that. I don't even know if I've seen like any of the like, I guess anyone do a Sparking Zero like tournament, right?
See, the thing with that, the tournament thing, the reason that shit's so ass, number one, is because the shit just like, I don't know. First of all, you need maps. You need the Outer World tournament. You need all the other tournaments, and you need more like, I feel like you should add more rules. More like rules, like make this like the same way we're saying to make this a Super Saiyan theme, make this a base form theme, make it Frieza theme, make it alien. You know what I'm saying? Make stuff like that with the tournament. If you do stuff like that with the tournament, that's become more creative. It's not creative enough. It's boring. It's plain. There's nothing really much to do with the tournament. And another thing with the rewards, that's when the rewards come into the picture. You win the tournament, boom, you get a character, or you get something, customization. I don't know, like have some type of live event where you have to go in this game mode to get a certain thing. You really do. They gotta make it, but like once again, they're scared.
I feel like several months after the game's been out, or with DLC characters out, like at least one like big Sparking Zero tournament would have been like done with the customizable tournament mode feature and all that stuff. But I don't know, the tournaments somehow still feel emptier than the ones in Tenkaichi 3. I guess maybe because the rules, ironically, are kind of restrictive in what they do, compared to the Tenkaichi 3 tournaments, where you'd have all these like different, it's time to start the cell games, you know, with its not so permanent health mechanic. And then you have the Otherworld tournament, which is just mad difficult. And then, you know, all of these other things. It's so weird that even with customizable tournaments, the tournament mode still feels emptier. And actually, honestly, I actually genuinely forgot tournament was a thing in this game. When I boot up Tenkaichi 3, I'm always like, oh, hey, I'll do the tournament so I can get some Dragon Balls and get loads of Zenny. But when I'm playing like Sparking Zero, I'm just like, oh, tournament modes? Nah, I'm just trying to go to battle real quick, you know? It's kind of weird. I didn't even think about that, but so many of the modes that are in Sparking Zero, like including custom battle mode 2, they get ignored pretty hard because what they offer isn't enough, so people just forget they exist in general. It's kind of tragic because it's not like it's not there. It is there. It just offers so little to not just me and you, but like any average Sparking Zero player, that people just genuinely ignore it. Like custom battles, even on even on the game right now, it's like, I'm not saying like the game's dead or anything, but custom battles in the game right now don't even get like that many like play counts or like likes or favorites or whatever. So people really just ignore the whole custom battle mode in general. Even the top custom battles, which are usually just Goku versus Goku, Goku and friends versus Broly, you know, all of the typical things that are already in Dragon Ball. Those don't even like really get that much attention anymore. Either way, I think this is a good place to end the video. Not much else to say, but I do wish Sparking Zero would do more, and they might actually do more because again,
yeah, 100% agree. They're not good for. I don't, bro. I really don't know. I'm kind of scared for this game. I'm very scared. I don't know what's their next move. And like I said before, my predictions that I still think that possibly could happen. Like I said in my previous videos a long time ago, I was gonna say after these DLC 3s drop, I thought maybe they were gonna drop a lot of more map packs. I thought they were gonna do like GT. I thought Daima was kind of holding her back, which I hope so. That's the case. But if not, dude, I don't know. If Daima is not the reason why they didn't drop enough content and all the other things they wanted to do, then it may be cooked. Cause that's the only prediction, only thought I could think of. The reason why they're not really giving us that much content is because Daima came at an unexpected time. So I don't know. I really don't know. You guys give me your thoughts and opinions. He did make some good points, some bad points, but it was overall it was cool. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And if you guys got any more opinions, let me know in the comments down below. And without further ado, boys, peace.